speed to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop.
Good morning. Godmorgen. Good morning to people in Denmark. Good morning to those in America who's checking in, or that would be probably more like good night because it's very late over there. Just good morning, everyone. Happy to see you. It's been quite a week already. Work is terribly busy, and yeah, I'm kind of happy I still got up on time because I almost felt like keep staying in bed, but I'm afraid if I do so, I will just sleep for the rest of the day these days. Um, yeah, I'm here to hopefully crochet a couple of rows with you guys, talk a little bit about tea, have a morning chat before I start work in about a bit less than an hour. But usually, yeah, these lives, they are somewhere between 30 minutes to 40 minutes long. Um, Also, if you're coming in later and you are watching the restream, for example, I'm also very happy to see you if you happen to catch the rewatch of the live, because I am, as I said, aware that not everybody is up around this time of the day. Here in the Netherlands, where I am from right now, is 8:34 a.m. Central European Time, and as always, we have a good cup of tea. And I have one of my Pickwick teas. The Pickwick teas, I think, is a really good tea for these streams because, you know, they have all these question tabs we can talk about later. The Pickwick tea today is a fruit infused tea and it has an infusion of a raspberry flavor. So it did drag a little long, like it took it a little long, set it a little long today. So I'm a bit afraid I might have my nib bit strong, but let's see. It's actually not bad. Lucky me. But yeah, they have these small question tabs. And obviously they're all in Dutch, but let me translate this one. It says, "What music makes you happy?" Um, and that's a really good question. There's lots of music that makes me happy. I generally like music that's a little bit quick going, ongoing, like, um, but at the same time, so like the intro we have, I think is a really nice number. But I also happily listen to rock and pop, and even some classics is enjoyable. Um, so I have a really, really broad, diverse music taste. Um, so yeah, I'm not really too bothered, I guess, about specific music. The only thing I don't do much too well about, I think I'm not a big opera fan, or death metal, where they like kind of sort of scream and you can't understand it. I'm also not a big rapper person. But anything else, you know, I'll be game. So yeah, plenty of good artists out there. Um, we are working on my firefly sweater, and we have Stash coming in here saying good morning. Good morning, Stash. Nice to see you. And of course, good morning to Denmark, to Helle and well. So, last time I changed color. Well, I didn't change color. I added a new ball of blue. So eventually I do need to sew in those ends, but I haven't done it yet because I haven't actually done anything since last week. The project I'm working on is the Firefly slitter. I am still working on the back end here. And let's see, I have only a little bit of green left before I will have to put a new ball on. But I do have a full, almost new ball of the blue. And what I need to do before we really start on this is I should count rows because I need 11 rows on the other side, including the 2 rows of the increase. So I need 9 rows and then I need to increase 2 rows to make them identical. And so far I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means the 2 rows I hope for us to create today will fit that next time. Hopefully next week, if everything goes all right, we will do the increases. And then there is another 15 rows to finish the back panel. So we still have a few weeks to go on this particular crochet project. I found my crochet hook. And I'm basically just starting to do some rounds here in the early morning. Yeah, I do know that we are starting with a tea meeting at work today, so I really cannot be late. And then I'm wondering what you guys are doing up at this time. Of course, some of you have the day started. Are you working on any projects right now, or what's up? What are you doing? And also feel free to comment somewhere what type of music you like. Like, no need to mention artists. That's not necessary. Of course, you can mention artists, but music style is also absolutely fine. That would be a fun question. As said, I'm into all sorts of music. Um, there's just a few I don't really care for. But yeah. And what projects are you working on? Of course, that's nice to know as well. It's a bit funny with these early morning lives. It's a little bit different what people I end up seeing in here. And generally it's quite nice, and I'm just happy for people coming in. I'm also considering new projects these days because um, I just need to finish the second sleeve of my cardigan. Then I need a new project with my drop yarns, and eventually my dialing t-shawl is done. Well, it still has a little bit to go. And then I will need probably a new project there as well. So I've really been thinking. I have some hand-dyed merino yarns in, I do believe, Aran weight. And I was wondering I might end up maybe making some hats from them or beanies. That's my current thinking. They are, yeah, hand-dyed from Gasal in Turkey. Very, very nice colors. So that's something I've been considering. Also have another shawl lined up project. I only wonder if I should first start on that after or towards the end of the Vary shawl that I'm making currently, because that pattern is also a pattern I could theoretically do behind the TV, should I want to, which is the Acor shawl. Hella says that she's knitting some socks for me, so I know what socks she's knitting because I had some black sock yarn that I brought with me to Denmark. And it's an alpaca sock yarn, So it's a little bit thicker than normal, but it's quite nice. It's also from Drops. I do believe it's called Drops Nord, maybe. Um, but yeah, it was really nice. I was also wondering to use that actually instead, maybe for a shawl, because I'm quite sure you could use sock yarns for shawls as well, because it's probably one of the softest sock yarns that I've ever felt. Um, so so that's quite nice. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And yeah, right now we are so far on the first piece here, and we will keep crocheting along. The goal, of course, for this live is, as all other lives, is that I hope I can do about 2 rows before I have to leave. Um, and we chit chat about yarns and crochets. And if you have questions, feel free to ask them. I will happily answer them. And meanwhile, I'll just crochet along. Absolutely crocheting along here. Um, I've found and prepared everything for Monday's video. On Monday, we have the Sort My Stash videos, and we are now at the stage where that video can cover all the remaining yarns I have from hobby. So all other hobby yarns that's not been covered in any of the cakes and cotton videos. Believe me, there's still quite a few yarns. Some absolutely gorgeous acrylic yarns. So we can have a chit chat about those. So all the yarns that I got either from the hobby website because I bought them, or that I got as from the point store. I have a single yarn there that I also got from the point store, but I actually got quite a few balls of yarn. So we can definitely look into those, and we will on Monday. And then we are slowly getting to a stage where we have to go through all my ice yarns. I do have quite a handful of ice yarns, and all other sorts of yarns that I have around. I have some special yarns as well. I have some scheepjes, but they are linen yarns. I have some lana grossa yarns, etc. So some of these more special yarns I was thinking on dedicating and their own to as well. So yeah, basically just generally busy sorting things, um, getting a good overview of what I have, and making plans for it all. That's a whole other story, right? Making plans for projects. And the conclusion is these days I don't have as much time as I used to for crocheting, and that's just due to work being a nightmare. Stash says here she's a music lover and she does, however, not care for rock or heavy metal. So yeah, that's me. Like heavy metal, not really. Some rock I think is nice. Pop is nice. Classic is nice. There's lots of new modern music that's also quite nice. Definitely. And she's up late, or well, she woke up late at 1 a.m. because she's a night owl. Yeah, well, that is what I know, that I am aware that I am quite up quite late for those in America. Hey, Sherry. Lovely to see you. Sherry is so kind to inform us it is 2:44 a.m. where she is. And yes, I tend to get up really late, don't I? Well, early, but that's just a time difference thing. There is an exact 6 hours between here and New York. New York is 6 hours behind me. Stash has been working on her century knitting a machine blanket. Oh, nice. What yarns are you using? Like what colors and so on? I don't have a knitting machine, but I've sometimes been contemplating, but at the same time, I would need some more creative um, ideas for what what to make with it. Most seems to make hats. but it should be possible making lots of other things. And I haven't knitted with real knitting needles for years. Like, I think last time I did, I made something for a good friend of mine, which had given birth. So that was a present, but that was back in 2010. Um, so that's quite a while ago. Sherry says, I don't know enough to go to bed and then just keep catnapping my recliner all day. So basically, you nap all day and then you end up staying up at night. Yeah, well, life kind of tends to turn around sometimes, right? Like, I'm an evening person as well. This is like, if I could get to do it, I would probably first slowly get awake now. But I can't because obviously then I won't be able to get to work at time. But I'm more than an evening person than I am a morning person, that's for sure. Absolutely. Sherry says she's making a poncho that was created by Dala the Yarn Owl, and she will link below the yarn she's using. It's hand dyed. Nice that she hand. I think you hand dyed it. Yeah, you did. You. I know you hand dye yarns. Lots of work there. I am quite impressed by people that hand dye their own yarns in general. Actually, that's lots of work. It was something I was considering doing. Uh, the idea has for now been postponed because I have so many other things going on, and life is quite hectic in general these days. I wish I had a bit more time. I was talking with a colleague the other day, and we all kind of wish work was as it was 2 months ago because that was pretty chill. That was pretty chill. I will have to check out this shawl if we can get to do that somehow. Well, not shawl, poncho. I can't talk. But she did make a poncho. Oh, that's nice. That's definitely nice. Love it. Nice pattern. Nice pattern. Who knows? Maybe for some poncho out in the future. Stash says she can identify with Sherry's sleeping habits as she's working overnight shifts between assignments at this time. Ah, okay. So basically, you're off tonight, if I understand this correct. But yeah, then I get that you're more often awake at these hours of the day if you work night shifts, because then your internally sleeping clock is already turned night to day, right? I remember I had a period where I was working night shifts. This is really a lots time ago when I was young and 20, begin 20s. Um, I had a job where I worked night shifts in the summer. Paid really well though. I remember that. That was a really good summer. Um, Cheryl will share the poncho in the FFB group. Um, let's see. And Tracy is also laid up. Hello, Tracy. And what should I say? Good morning or good night at 1:50 a.m. Sorry to hear you can't sleep. It seems to be an insomnia issue for people, or basically just because they work night shifts. I'm almost at the end of this row, and once I am at the end of this row, I will go ahead and find the yarn that Sherry is talking about, and maybe I could share it with a group. Let's see, I just need one more stitch here. One moment. Like that. So, and I definitely need to change yarn before at the end of the next row. Let's see if I can find it. What I could maybe do, if you hang on for a minute, I will share the photo that that Sherry just shared us. So if you hang on, then I should be able to get it. I just need to find the right folder. For those interested, let's see if I can do that. I will flip this one over and then you can just have a good look. Okay. I need to close down this one and then we'll flip over. Absolutely gorgeous colors. Super gorgeous colors. So Stash is using Big Twist value for her central blanket. With pink, white, brown, and it's for grandniece. That's due next month. Oh, congratulations. um, maybe I get time for them, but you know, right now it's just work is so busy. So when I'm not working, I'm like, yay, finally I can just crash. Um, I will try to see if I can find time for them. Definitely will. Can't always promise, because work is a nightmare. On the other hand, if I end up unemployed, I am looking for a new job actively. I will definitely have time to make more shopping trips. Not necessarily shopping, but you know, window shopping actively. Um, I will keep in mind and we'll try to get some made for sure. That's I'll keep the agenda wish down. Those trips off the challenge because they tempt me to buy stuff. I was there, like I was in a store, not last weekend, but the weekend before, but I didn't have time to do lots of recording because it just was a quick stop, and somebody was waiting on me, so I couldn't say, "Hey, we need to wait 15 minutes because I need to record the whole store." Unfortunately. Hello, Susanna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's earlier for you today. Last time you were up really late, I remember, as you are in Australia. Meanwhile, I have started on the second row of what I hope to be able to finish today. Not that I'm long, it's been like just a couple of stitches, as you can see. But yeah, crocheting along because that is the goal. Keeping my time a little bit in mind because, as said, I really can't afford being late at work today. I might be able to do something next week, Tuesday, because I've been debating on. I have an appointment Tuesday afternoon, and I've been debating on, instead of maybe going back to work, just taking the rest of the day off. That could be rather tempting to do. And would probably do me good for once. But I don't know if that's even possible. We'll have to talk with my boss about it because originally the original plan is for me to come back to work that day actually. And if I do, I will still have to plan what and when. And it's not even sure because I would be. Oh shoot! I lost a yarn. Just a moment. Need to redo last stitch. Because the appointment I have on Tuesday is at the hospital. The specialist is going to look into my feet because I have feet problems. I can't stand for very long without them starting to hurt. And all the regional tests they did proved that what they thought I had, I don't have. So we are back to ground zero, finding a diagnosis for why my feet hurts when I'm standing for more than 10 minutes. And that's it, standing static. I can walk, not a problem. I can walk even a couple of miles without a problem, barely feeling the feet. But if I stand still 10 to 15 minutes, I start to get really excruciating pain coming straight up from my heels and middle of the foot. Like lots of pain, and the only way to get the pain go off is basically to move or to relieve the pressure when standing static. So I'm going to see a sports like a sport doctor who's going to have a new view on maybe what could be up with my feet. And I don't know if I have to undergo tests and whatnot on next week, Tuesday. Or if any other conclusions are made. We will see. Don't know what to expect. That's basically the short version. Three p.m. in Australia. Yes, in the middle of the afternoon. So the good thing is here, the sun is finally shining. I don't know how everyone's weather's been, but it feels like we have had autumn here in June. The last 1.5, 2 weeks has just been rain and cold, and really less lower temperatures than we normally have in June. I'm not a sucker for it to be really warm, but a couple of degrees warmer would be really nice. That's also why you see me like I have still light jackets and long sleeves on, and I'm like normally this time of year I would almost sit in a t-shirt, but it's just too chilly to do it. I would say it's autumn, but it's not. It's like it should be summer actually. And I don't have much left. This is the end of the string of the green, and we won't get to the end here, that's for sure. So we are about to prepare to add a new skein of green to this project. But obviously gonna do a few more stitches before we get there. No need to change color before it's due time or change the skein. So Cherish throw yarn and Susanna's a window, basically saying she's subbed to her channel. Friends are always good to have. More friends is even better. And let's see. Sherry mentions here she also has feet problems, but never had. Wish she never had surgery. She will not be able to get pedicure again. Had to hammer surgery twice on one foot, and he did a horrible job. I will deal with the pain on the other side. Oh damn, that sounds not fun. I'm not sure if this is. I don't know if it's a surgery thing. Originally they wanted to nibble. For those unaware, I am using this soft sensation yarn, which is a Lammy Yarns, which is a Dutch company. Lammy Yarns here in the Netherlands. It's not really wanting to focus. But soft sensation Lammy Yarns, and that is 76% acrylic, 24% polyester, 25 grams. So they are really light. Like, they are 1.85 ounces or something like that. 200 meters, which is like 220 yards. But they're also quite thin, and that is obviously also one of the reasons I'm holding them double. Now let's see here. I can do one more. But yeah, I hope I don't need surgery to get my issues fixed. Originally, I was supposed to have some injections because we thought I had plantar fasciitis, which is like an infection. But the echoes and x-rays showed no fasciitis and no issues with heel spur or something like that. Basically, the result is that according to the x-rays and echoes, my feet is absolutely 100% all right, and I am not supposed to have any issues. Which, well, obviously they're hurting, so I have. Which is really nice because the doctors are taking me serious. They are like, okay, Stine, clearly we trust you. When you say it hurts, it hurts. And they're trying to figure out why it hurts. So that's really nice. So yeah, I'm really appreciating that they're taking me serious. Stage says, oh no, feet problems. I'm so sorry. She's a nurse and her feet are money makers. Yeah, definitely. I hope they're able to resolve my feet as well because I stand still with my sport, which sounds crazy, right? But I've been able to easily stand still static for 2 hours without any issues, and now I can't even stand for 10 minutes, which is really sad. It's an issue, and we tried with insoles, we tried with shockwave therapy, we tried with so many things. So right now we are just here at this issue where we're like, I'm not sure what's wrong, but they're taking me serious. So, well, next week, Tuesday, who knows? Maybe I know a bit more. You know, a part of me is wishing that there's some simple, easy explanation that we didn't think about, or that I just need to be told by the doctor. Stina, the reason that your problems with your feet is because when you used to do all this and now I'm a fair bit heavier than I used to be, so maybe it's a weight related issue and I just need to lose some weight and then it solves all the problems. That would be really nice. The only challenge is losing weight is not as easy for me these days as it used to be because, as said, I do work a lot and I don't really move for work because it's an office job. And I don't have a long transportation either because I work from home. And when I'm done with work, I just don't have the energy to go do lots of sports and movements. Like yesterday, I worked for like I have an hour break spread out during the day. So I from when I started work until I clocked out of work was like almost 10 hours. I had 1 hour and 45 minutes of overwork yesterday. I know, right? That's just how it is. Yeah, so work is crazy. So when I'm done working, I'm just like, nah, done. I'm not doing anything. Sherry says it's been nice. She's having days in the 50s and low 60s. And then when you get a hot day, you want the cool days back. That's kind of true. Right now, I don't want it to be a lot warmer. Like, just give me 70. That's fine. I don't need 80. Just like 70s is fine. Good morning, Alpha. Nice to see you here. Good morning. Good morning. We are this far to the end. I did change to a new ball of green. And then pretty much we will slowly have to end the stream, even though it is really nice hanging around with you guys. But if I don't, I won't be able to start work on time, and then I have a different issue. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with work. It's so busy. My contract will eventually end because um, the function is being removed. Part of me is actively looking for a different job, but not taking any job. Part of me is kind of just wishing for them to say, okay, here's the redundancy scheme because I will get severance pay and so on. And then a couple of months of doing a bit less wouldn't be bad. I'm trying not to stress about the situation, but I don't like the unknown part of it. Sherry says heel spurs are bad. I used to work in a restaurant with the food and floors for 10 to 12 hours a day. Crazy busy work in food prep, and after being on those floors all day, the pain every morning was painful. Yes, heel spurs are nasty things. I don't have heel spurs because obviously then the hospital would have told me. They x-rayed my feet, or well, they x-rayed one foot, but I have the same issue under both feet. So let's assume that they will both reveal a healthy foot. Sash, I really appreciate you. Oh, one moment. I really appreciate you thinking along here because who knows? Maybe it is. It could be nerve related. I really hope not. There are so many side effects. So I don't talk a lot about it. I will try not to because I think it's a sad thing. I'd much rather talk about crochet and yarns. Um, but I have an autoimmune disease which caused me to get all sorts of side effects. And it could be nerve related. I hope not. I hope not. The issue has been ongoing since December 2022. So I've just visited the whole area of hospital things. The first attempt of treatment. So in the first attempt of treatment is just like rest, because if it's plantar fasciitis, it would be easier if you can just get over it with rest and then slowly build up again. It didn't. Then my physio suggested we should tape up the foot to see if that would relieve a bit. And if it would, then I would need insoles or new insoles. I thought I would in any case, but we did. And I had the sport tape on for about 24 hours. The sport tape. You also see, like, when you see tennis people getting wrapped up, medical help and so on, this white sport tape. I had that taped on my foot, and that earned me an allergic reaction to the glue in the tape. So I had 2 months of recovering on my foot because that was almost like a 1 degree burn. Then I got insoles, spent some time to get used to them. Didn't fix the issue itself. Shockwave therapy didn't fix it. Then they were like, okay, injections and an echo. I got the echo, and the doctor wanted then an X-ray, and I was sent home. And a few days later, I was told, yeah, well, X-rays and echoes look fine. We don't know what's wrong with you. And then I'm sent now to the next specialist, which I will see on Tuesday. So we shall see what's going to happen. But I'm just generally the person that, here's the lottery of problems. Pick one. I'm trying to get the best out of it. Luckily, this causes me no issues crocheting. The only thing that gets involved with my crochet time is my work, which is way too busy than it's supposed to be. Autocorrect is a brat, absolutely is. It always nails me. One thing about the weather warming up is the bugs and critters it brings out. I found a tick on a white sweater that I haven't worn in a week, but my son's working under my house doing repairs. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's true. And the mosquitoes. Ugh. We installed like a net on our window frame, so you can like pull down a net and pull it up, so it still works like a normal window, which can leave us having the windows open without bugs coming in, which is really, really nice. Since we got that installed, I have a bare minimum of mosquito bites during the winter. Oh, not during the winter, during the summer. Before then, I would wake up to at least a bite daily, almost. We are at the very last stitch of this row, which means I've now done 2 rows, and then I will have to start increasing at the end of this row if I calculated correctly. So we are here at 2 rows, and I finished at the bottom. Shoulder part, neck part, need to prepare for the increases again. We are done with today's crocheting this morning, also because I have about 10 minutes and I really have to rush to work. So we are just about to slowly prepare for the end of the stream. I need to make room for my raspberry tea. Sherry says her feet has arthritis. That's not nice. Neuropathy, maybe. Thank you for collaboration in the class, Dusty. We will have this case carefully planned before the end of the live. Yeah, that would be nice. It's a sort of magnetic screen door. It is like a mesh screen in front of them. It's awesome against like flies, bugs, mosquitoes. We also have one for the door that goes to the garden. So we can like drag it back and forth to easily open and close it. So it's more like just the threads you have hanging down. It's really like a full mesh, so nothing flies in. If we have flies, mosquitoes, anything in the house, they came in through the crevices, or we forgot to close the mesh, or we opened the window that doesn't have this mesh net. That's that simple. And it's really nice. I can quite warmly recommend them. I'll see if I can get a photo or something like that one day. But yeah, so it's just this mesh net for basically keeping the beasts outside and less beasts inside. Neuropathy. I don't know what it is. I will have to Google into that, and I just hope it's simply to treat whatever I have. But apparently it's something that's possible. I wouldn't say I have a less feeling in my feet. They are just painful. Like I feel the pain very clearly. Shira says, Mom got me hooked on cold brewed tea, fruit teas. I put 2 bags in a 24-ounce cup and let it sit in the fridge for a couple of days. So good. I've seen people drinking these cold teas. I'm personally not an iced tea drinker, so I don't know how they compare to iced tea. I'm just happy for my hot teas, especially now when it's not completely 70 plus yet and it's like chilly. Um, and that's more like I'm a cold person in the sense of I always freeze when it's cold. And then when it gets a little bit too warm, it's like, no, please turn down the volume of the heat, like it's too high. Um, I do best in the temperatures between 20 and 25 degrees. Above 25, it starts to get a bit too warm. Below 20, it's slowly getting a bit chilly, plus minus a bit. Like, my perfect life would be winter is 15, spring and autumn is 20, and summer is 25, which I'm not sure what that would be in Fahrenheit. Actually, I want to see if I did try to add a function for Nightbot, but I'm unsure if it's working. So let me check for a moment because I need to check what actually called it. But it would be cool if it actually works. And that would be probably the last test before heading to bed. That would be the weather command. Let's see if it actually works here. Maybe. It will or it won't. It does! Awesome! uh, Thank you, Stash. She says to have me have a wonderful day at work and may your feet pain free days until your appointment. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they do nicely take care of me they're really taking me nicely carefully at the hospital. I mentioned some other issues, and I just have a um, new specialist today regarding my autoimmune disease, and I have a new possible issue, and she's instantly being like, "Please let us know next time if you still have issues. We might have to look further into if you have intestine issues." So I'm like, "Oh, they're so nice to me at the hospital." Not just because obviously they're earning money from me, um, but they're really taking me serious, so that's nice. Regular tea bags, caffeine free, switched to decaf coffee. Yeah, this infused tea that I'm drinking today is only fruit tea, so no caffeine, according to the label, so I assume that's correct. If you were talking Fahrenheit, it would be nice. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, as you can see, my weather, it says it's 54 Fahrenheit right now outside, which is gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna be like begin 60s today. Um, so I kind of would say I would like it to be 70 for winter, 75 for spring and autumn, and 80 maybe for summer. That's it. And hovering plus minus a couple of in between. See, it's even warmer at Sherry's place right now. And it's morning here, it's not nighttime. I hope it will rain so you can get the car cleaned, right? I really have to leave you guys now because else I will be late at work and I just need to wrap down stuff here, of course. As always, it was super wonderful that you guys have been hanging out with me. Um, Maybe in the future, we can have some longer night sessions or whatever. But it was absolutely wonderful hanging out here, um, talking a bit about everything. And we got tested that my weather function works again here for Nightbot, which is a new addition. So that's awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to wish you all an absolutely wonderful night or day ahead. Take care and happy crafting until I see you again. And of course, I'll be back on Friday with my yarn talk video, talking about what's been done and what's not done. Yeah, it's always raining when you have to go shopping. Caffeine free. What's the perfect caffeine is legal drug that will not get me fired? Yeah, good question. Um, I do both tea and whatever is in my tea. I'm as long as the tea tastes good, I'm gonna care less right now. But yeah, I'm gonna wish you all absolutely a great night or day ahead. Take care and have a grafting. And everybody watching the live, rewatching the live, and you got to this point, thank you ever so much. And yeah, I'm gonna say bye bye.